This is your podcast. I hope I don't get sorry for copyright. Forgive me. I'm just going on podcast.
Hi, I'm Max Verstappen.
This is Sergio Perez.
And I'm Paddy, host of Talking Ball, the official Red Bull Racing podcast, where we bring you unrivaled access to the team. If you'd like to know more about what goes on in a Formula One garage, what's new with the team, or stories the drivers don't usually tell anyone else, search Talking Ball wherever you listen to your podcasts and subscribe for free so you don't miss any episodes from us. Just search Talking Ball in Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Google, or head to redbullracing.com/Talking Ball for every episode from this F1 season, as well as our archive from the last couple of years.
To find out more, visit redbullracing.com.
Hi there, this is Christian Horner. This is Sergio Perez.
Hi, I'm Max Verstappen.
You are listening to Talking Bull, the official Red Bull Racing podcast.
Oh, this feels good.
Hello and welcome to the World Championship special edition of Talking Ball, celebrating our brand new champ, Max Verstappen. We'll be speaking to the man himself in a moment, plus catching up with Christian Horner. If you managed to miss the final race of the season in Abu Dhabi, then it's fair to say you missed one of the most dramatic title deciders in Formula One history. Max passed his rival Lewis Hamilton to take the lead and the race win on the very last lap. With 54 laps of the race gone and with Hamilton in an apparently comfortable 11-second lead, Max's chances of World Championship glory appeared to be over. But when Williams' Nicholas Latifi crashed out and the safety car was released, Max was handed another chance. Max pitted, took on soft tyres, and when the safety car left the track, he pounced and passed Hamilton at turn 5. Lewis fought back on the following straight. However, Max held on to take his 10th win of the year, and more importantly, his first World Championship crown and the team's first driver's title since 2013. It's only right we hear from the man of the moment himself. Steve caught up with him at the factory.
2021 Formula One World Champion Max Verstappen, welcome back to the Talking Ball podcast, and also welcome back to the Red Bull Technology Campus, where earlier you were greeted by all the factory staff lining the streets with orange flares as you cruised in your orange Honda NSX. Tell us what it's like to be welcomed back like that as a world champion, and more importantly, how is it being a Formula One world champion?
It was very special, to see everyone out there, cheering me on, and it's an incredible feeling, of course, to win the championship, but then also to come back and see everyone who contributed to that success at the end of the day.
And has it sunk in yet? Does it feel real, or does it still like you're going through all the emotions, doing all your commitments, and maybe after the weekend you go and celebrate it, sink in?
Slowly it's of course sinking in, because it's been very hectic all the way until now. But yeah, it's definitely a very special feeling.
Let's go back to Sunday when you'd originally spoken to the fans. When you woke up that morning, how were you feeling? Were you focused in the zone?
I was very focused, but also nervous. At the time I wouldn't have said it, but now I can. Normally I'm not nervous, but it's a very important, it was at the time, super important to try and of course try and become a world champion. So it would have been a very important race to me, and yeah, the nerves were there.
And if we just quickly go into the race a little bit, one of the things was Checo's. You had a chance to watch any of them back. We spoke to him about that.
I mean the moves Checo pulled off were insane, and without him I wouldn't have been sitting here now as a world champion. So I will be forever thankful to Checo as well, what he did for me.
And on that last lap, when you took P1, crossed the finish line, just tell us your emotions. We heard it, but I mean, let's hear it from you.
Oh my
It
god.
was just a big blur, everyone screaming, I was screaming, everything came out. Oh my lord! Oh my god!
Max Verstappen, you are the world champion! The world champion! the spicy one. This is big spicy.
Racing car.
I think that's quite understandable with the intense season you've had. So one more thing is we asked our fans of Red Bull Racing Paddock to ask Max anything. If they could ask their 2021 Formula One World Champion any question, what would it be?
Yeah.
Now we've pulled together our favourites. There's been absolutely some amazing ones, so thank you everyone for submitting them. So if you're happy to, we'd love you to just run through them, answer some of them, and then Max Verstappen we'll let you go for the 2021 season.
Well, of course.
Hi Max, congrats on winning the championship this year. Watching you race has been simply lovely. My question is, if you could race in any other era, which would it be and why?
Difficult one because I'm actually quite happy in the era I'm driving. You know, the cars are nice and safe as well, but maybe early 2000s or when Red Bull was winning the other championships as well. So, you know, like 2011, 12, 13, 10, these kind of like cars. That would have been good. Who was the first person you called on the phone after you won the World Championship? To be honest, I didn't have the time to call anyone because it was so hectic that, you know, people called my manager or my dad, and I just picked up the phone from them because my phone, I didn't even see it until I think 10, 11 in the evening. So yeah, it was pretty crazy. Have you ever had to sneeze while driving? Yeah, this mostly happens when you're sick. So yeah, it did happen to me before when I was not feeling entirely well while driving and you're braking or going into a corner and you have to sneeze. Yeah. What was your favorite moment of this season beside winning? I think in general, just the whole battle throughout the whole season, that was the favorite thing, you know, just constantly going to a weekend knowing that there is a chance of winning, but also then having that tough battle against Lewis. What are your top 3 races from this season? Oh, it's hard to choose 3, but Monaco win, Zandvoort win, and I think at the end of the day, the race in general wasn't particularly great, but that last lap was very important, so I would always, of course, put Abu Dhabi in there. How does it feel to go fast? Feels good. I mean, it's been my life since I was 4 years old, so I love it. I love driving a car or whatever it is to the limit and really test my skills as well. That's what I enjoy the most.
Hi Max, congratulations on winning the championship this season. My question kind of comes in 2 parts. First of all, what was your favourite thing about being teammates with Checo this season? And secondly, did you get that tequila together now you've won the championship? Thank you.
Favorite part, I think Checo is just a great person. It's not only about Formula One, but just in general life. And he's a real family man, and to be able to talk about these kind of things as well, like off the track or just a little bit away from, he's just really enjoyable to be with. And besides that, you know, he's been a great teammate on the track, being really helpful, but also we just got along really well. We were always trying to achieve the same goal, and that has been incredibly nice. No, we haven't had the drink yet, but I'm sure we will do it.
Hi Max, congratulations for your first ever Formula One world title. How does it feel for you to be the first Formula One world champion from the Netherlands? Greetings from the Philippines.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, because I saw my dad driving in Formula One, and our goal always when I was little and from my dad's side as well was to be in Formula One and try to win races. But now, of course, to win a championship has been on another level, and also, you know, the messages I received from Holland and everything is pretty insane. And yeah, I'm proud to be Dutch, so I'm also very happy to be the first Dutch driver to win it.
That sounds great. Well, thank you for delivering all our fans an absolutely incredible season, especially the staff here. Have a great off-season, rest up, and we look forward to seeing you back in 2022.
Yeah, and then we'll try to do it all again.
Lovely stuff.
Thank you.
Big congratulations, Max. Couldn't be happier for you, and it's all to play for next year. Right now, I'm joined by Christian Horner here on Talking Ball. Christian, what a final race. How are you feeling? Has any of that sunk in yet?
The emotions from the weekend were incredible, and it's been such an intense season. I think until we see Max pick up that World Drivers' Championship trophy in Paris, it won't quite sink in.
It's been a few years since we've bagged the World Championship win. How does that one compare to the others bagged with Seb over the years?
This is probably up there with the first one, to be honest with you, because it's been so intense. It's been so fiercely competitive throughout the season. So to come through and win this championship right at the end, on the last lap of the last race, has been a phenomenal achievement by Max and by the whole team.
Who would have thought it would have come down to the very last lap of the race? What a brilliant strategy to put the softs on when the safety car came out.
Yeah, it was a great strategy call. I think that we rolled the dice, we took the risk, we pitted and put the softs on. We had nothing to lose. We were surprised that Mercedes didn't do likewise, because Lewis had been on those tyres for close to, I think, 40 or so laps. So we were in the perfect position, for the restart, and we've seen that before. It happened to us, I think, in Barcelona, where Lewis had a free stop. It all worked out, and I think that Max had to make that pass at the end of the day. He had one lap to do it, and turn 5, he fully sent it.
And he really did send it. How important were the strategy decisions across the weekend?
The strategy decisions that we made for the race were absolutely key to the outcome. Making that choice, making that decision in the heat of the moment was a crucial call, and it worked out beautifully for Max.
What was the highlight of the weekend for you?
The highlight of the weekend for me was seeing Max cross the line and become the world champion, become our 5th drivers' world champion for the 5th time. And it was just an unbelievable feeling, because it felt for so much of the race that it was slipping away, that all the season, all that hard work over the whole year, all those victories were going to come to nothing. But finally, at the end there, we finally got a bit of good luck, with the safety car, Latifi. It was an important, moment for us, and finally, we managed to make it work.
Now, it's been a competitive year between us and Mercedes. How have you found it going toe-to-toe with them this year?
Yeah, look, it's been a fiercely competitive year. I mean, Toto and I shook hands before the start of the Grand Prix. It was an intense year. We're both competitive people. We both want to win, and it hurts when you lose. And what makes this victory so much more valuable to us is quality of the opposition. I mean, Mercedes are a great team. What they've achieved in the last 7 years, they've annihilated the opposition. Lewis Hamilton has destroyed the opposition, and finally, we've managed to take the fight to them and beat Lewis in a Mercedes at the final race.
That's been so satisfying. It's, of course, been Checo's first season with the team. How do you think he's got on?
I think Checo's played a key role for us this year. I mean, particularly in the second half of the year. He's been a phenomenal servant to the team, to assist his teammate, whether it was a tow in Monza, whether it was fighting, with Lewis in Istanbul earlier in the year. What he did on Saturday qualifying, again, towing his teammate round to the pole position. And then most dramatically, defending, like a lion against Lewis, that would cost him vital time, without which Mercedes would have had a free pit stop.
And I see